On December 19, reality TV star Amy Slaton Halterman, known for her appearance on 1,000-Pound Sisters, appeared in a Crockett County court where she entered a guilty plea regarding criminal charges. According to a report by Action News 5, Halterman and her partner, Brian Scott Levorn, pleaded guilty to charges related to the possession of Schedule I and Schedule VI controlled substances. These charges stemmed from an incident that took place in September 2023 when the two were arrested at the Tennessee Safari Park, a popular tourist attraction in the region. The arrest occurred on September 2, after a disturbance was reported involving a guest who had been bitten by a camel at the safari park. Law enforcement officers responded to the scene and, upon arriving at the guest's vehicle, quickly detected suspicious odors emanating from the vehicle where Halterman, Levorn, and two children under the age of 10 were seated. The authorities proceeded with a search of the vehicle and discovered approximately 2 ounces of marijuana, along with what they suspected to be psychedelic mushrooms. In addition to the drug-related charges, both Halterman and Levorn initially faced 2 counts of child endangerment due to the presence of their young children in the vehicle at the time of the arrest. However, these charges were later dropped following negotiations and an agreement to accept a plea deal, as reported by Action News 5. In the statement issued by the Crockett County Sheriff's Department during the initial stages of the arrest, it was clarified that the charges and allegations should not be interpreted as evidence of criminal conduct. The statement reiterated the fundamental principle of law that individuals are presumed innocent until proven guilty through due process. As a result of the guilty plea, both Halterman and Levorn were sentenced to 2 years of supervised probation. In addition to this probationary period, they were each ordered to pay a $1,000 fee and cover court costs. This legal resolution marks a significant chapter in the ongoing saga surrounding the reality star's legal troubles and the consequences of her actions. Despite the criminal charges, Halterman has continued her career in the public eye, and the case has drawn attention from fans and media outlets alike. In a separate but equally significant legal matter, Brian Molko, the frontman of the British rock band Placebo, was also entangled in a legal controversy that garnered international attention. In a case that had its roots in a 2023 concert, Molko found himself facing charges of defamation following comments he allegedly made about the Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni. During a performance at the Sonic Park Festival in Stupinigi, Turin, Molko is reported to have called Meloni a fascist, racist, and a Nazi. These remarks were made before an audience of approximately 5,000 people, sparking a legal response from Italian authorities. The remarks prompted police at the festival to file a complaint, which in turn led to an investigation by the Turin prosecutors. Following their review, they decided to charge Molko with defamation and contempt, 2 serious offenses under Italian law. Defamation in Italy can result in a prison sentence of up to 3 years, although it is believed that Molko would more likely face a financial penalty if the charges are upheld. The maximum fine for defamation under Italian law can reach €5,000, approximately £4,200. While this case has created a stir within the music and political communities, it also sheds light on the broader issue of freedom of expression and the boundaries of public discourse, particularly when it comes to political figures. This legal matter involving Molko is just one example of the growing trend of defamation lawsuits being filed against individuals who express critical views about public officials. In fact, a similar case in 2023 involved internationally renowned author Roberto Saviano. Saviano, known for his investigative journalism and the best-selling book Gomorrah, was found guilty of defamation after he referred to Meloni using derogatory language during an interview about a tragic incident involving a baby from Guinea who died while crossing the Mediterranean. Despite the ruling, Meloni's legal actions against Saviano reflect the increasing trend of politicians seeking redress through legal channels when their reputations are called into question. In addition to these high-profile defamation cases, Meloni's government has been involved in a series of legal battles related to public expression. In one case, Meloni withdrew a defamation lawsuit against a veteran historian Luciano Canfora, who had described her as a neo-Nazi in her soul during her time in opposition. Initially seeking €20,000 in compensation, Meloni ultimately chose to drop the case against Canfora, a move that sparked debate about the intersection of politics, free speech, and legal action. Despite this, Italy has witnessed a rise in the number of lawsuits targeting public participation, as documented in a report by the European Parliament's Civil Liberties Committee. Moving beyond the world of entertainment and politics, legal news from the United States has also dominated headlines recently. In New York, federal prosecutors have found themselves embroiled in a legal drama involving Mayor Eric Adams. The case against Adams, which had been progressing in federal court, took a dramatic turn when a Justice Department official appointed by former President Donald Trump ordered prosecutors to seek the dismissal of criminal charges against the mayor. This development led to a significant number of resignations among federal prosecutors who refused to comply with the order. The controversy has now reached the courts, with U.S. District Judge Dale Ho scheduling a hearing to address the matter and discuss the potential dismissal of the case. The criminal charges against Adams involve allegations of bribery and other forms of corruption related to his connections with Turkish officials. Adams, who has denied any wrongdoing, pleaded not guilty to the charges when they were first filed last year. The case has attracted considerable attention due to its political implications and the ongoing tensions between different factions within the U.S. legal and political systems. As of now, it remains unclear how the case will proceed, with the possibility of further legal action depending on the outcome of the upcoming hearing. Meanwhile, south of the U.S.-Mexico border, the Mexican government has been grappling with a series of drug-related issues, particularly concerning the trafficking of methamphetamine and fentanyl. In a major development, the Mexican government announced on Monday the seizure of 440 pounds of methamphetamine in the state of Sinaloa, a region notorious for its association with drug cartels. This operation, which took place over the weekend, resulted in the dismantling of several illegal drug laboratories and the confiscation of a substantial quantity of drugs and precursor chemicals. The drugs seized during this operation were valued at nearly $40 million, and authorities also seized over 3,170 gallons of chemicals used to manufacture methamphetamine. This discovery adds to a growing list of drug seizures in Mexico in recent weeks, which have been framed as evidence of the country's increased efforts to combat the global drug trade. These efforts are particularly significant given the ongoing pressure from the United States, where drug trafficking, particularly of fentanyl, has become, and the ongoing tensions between different factions within the U.S. legal and political systems. As of now, it remains unclear how the case will proceed, with the possibility of further legal action depending on the outcome of the upcoming hearing. Meanwhile, south of the U.S.-Mexico border, the Mexican government has been grappling with a series of drug-related issues, particularly concerning the trafficking of methamphetamine and fentanyl. In a major development, the